on Facebook as well. Okay. Where's my phone? Oh, it's right there. What time is it? Okay, it's 10. Good morning, y'all. This is so weird. Maybe before we start some yoga together, maybe we can respond to the chat and just share a few words about how we're feeling in this moment. How's your body feeling? Where are you at mentally, emotionally, spiritually? I know for me, it's definitely been a lot of adjustment over the last, oh my gosh, it's like not even 48 hours. But so yeah, maybe just for like a minute, you can think to yourself, or you can write in a journal or in your phone, or if you feel like sharing, which is sometimes really nice, you can share some thoughts in the chat about how you're feeling, even if it's just one word. If you don't feel like writing, you can sit down and think quietly to yourself. You can write, you can lay down. Just get comfortable and start checking in with yourself. I really like the fact that we're able to practice together in solidarity. So yeah, I'll just give us like a minute to check in with how you're feeling, maybe sharing some thoughts on the feed. I want to read. Thanks, Sideshow. Thanks, Amy. It's good to hear from you, Amy. Hey, Tisha. If you're just joining us, we're just spending a moment to check in with how we're feeling in this moment. How's our body feeling? Where are we at mentally, emotionally, spiritually? I encourage you to share in the chat just because it's nice to see where other people are at. This is definitely super freaky. So we encourage you to share what's on your mind, what's on your heart right now. Maybe just for another 30 seconds or so. Thanks, Kristen. Yeah, mentally clear and strong. I feel that. Yes, coffee. Hey, Amy. Hey, Kate. Yes, it's so great to see so many people practicing. No fear, just love. Hey, Jess. Okay. Well, of course, feel free to share how you're feeling. Feel free to chat. I've never taught virtual yoga before, but now more than ever, you could definitely do whatever you want. I'm going to lead us to something more on the gentle restorative side today, but I don't know. I'd be down to maybe consider doing this every morning if we like it, and maybe we can go on a little bit of a physical journey together and explore some different themes with each other. Obviously, feel free to do your own thing. I don't think I can respond to chats once we start practicing asana. So it's tough because I can't actually look at your bodies to make sure you're doing things safely. I can't actually answer your questions. So I'm just going to do my best to explain as best I can. And hopefully I can get some feedback from you all afterwards so I can make tomorrow better. What I'll say is listen to your body as we practice together. If something feels like it's approaching a pinch, a pop, or a snap, I would recommend that we ease up on it. None of us can afford to have any injuries right now. So be gentle, breathe, feel free to do your own thing and lay down. If you haven't taken a yoga class, it's pretty much always okay to just go into a child's pose like this. When you need a break, I would say it's also okay to lay down on your back, go get a snack, jog around the room, dance party. I think this is just a great way to be together. Everything that we're doing is an invitation, so interpret it as you want. And let's get started. So find a comfortable seat. I like to sit on a pillow. It lets my hips open up a little bit more. And I think that a great theme for our practice this morning is like adjustments. So as you find a grounded seat, maybe just like wiggle around a bit, and let's focus on making like tiny little adjustments that make a difference in how our body feels. So wiggle the hips around until you feel like both hips are as even as you want them to be, as even as they can be, comfortable. Then we can wiggle the torso around, making little tiny adjustments so that we feel like our spine is stacked tall, like our shoulders are right on top of our hips. Maybe we want to make a tiny adjustment to lean just a bit to the right, to adjust the knee a tiny bit. Let's open the shoulders, open the chest, shoulders heavy. I like to rest my hands on my thighs or on my knees so I can really let the elbows feel heavy as well. And feeling tall, feeling length in the top back of the head, as if a little string's pulling up at our crown. Relaxing the jaw, relax the eyebrows, relax the forehead. And I'll invite us to start slowing the breath down. We need to breathe slowly, intentionally. Slow inhales, long, controlled exhales. Keep breathing slowly, trying to make every inhale, every exhale just a bit longer, just a bit slower, just a bit more controlled. And I just want to make sure from someone in Instagram and someone in Facebook, can y'all hear me okay from where I am? Keep breathing. Okay, well, I hope you can hear me. A few more slow, deep breaths. Yes, you can hear me on Facebook. Great, wonderful. With every inhale, let's feel just a bit taller, just a bit more lengthened. With every exhale, let your shoulders feel heavier, let your elbows feel heavier. Inhaling to feel weightless, tall, stretching the spine. Exhaling to feel heavy, to feel supported. And just notice here what tiny adjustments you can make. Sometimes in yoga they say, oh, if you feel an itch, just resist the urge to scratch it. We're like, oh, if you feel like adjusting, just don't do it. But I feel like we can justify making some small adjustments for our comfort this morning. So if you want to adjust your hair, adjust your hat. If you want to take a layer off, take a sweater off, go for it. If you need to lean to the right, if you need to just move your arm ever so slightly, let's explore the tiny adjustments that bring us comfort. On our inhales, we're reaching the belly button out, really using the core to cool the diaphragm down, to open the belly, exhaling to push the belly in towards the spine, pressing the air out of the lungs. Using these belly breaths, keeping the breath in the belly, slowing the exhales down just a bit more, really taking advantage of our body's natural filter, our respiratory system, which is compromised in our global consciousness. Breathing in what we need, breathing out what we want to release in this moment, if anything at all. And on your next inhale, lift the arms up, keeping the shoulders down in their sockets. And we'll bring the right hand down. So I'll be like your mirror. Well, I guess it'll be different on Facebook and Instagram. In fact, I'll do my own thing. Bring your right hand down, stretch your left arm up and over. Stretch the left fingertips long. You can bend this right elbow, pressing the left knee down, pressing the left hip down, feeling the obliques lengthen, feeling the midsection expand on the inhale. Exhale, deepen, release, feel heavy. And pressing up and over to the other side, left hand down, right arm stretch, reach, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, expand, inflate like a balloon. Exhale, press the right hip down, press the right knee down. Feel your obliques pressing out with every inhale, tilting up towards the ceiling. Coming back to center when you're ready. Let's bring this left hand across the body to the outside of the right knee. Right hand behind us. Inhale to lengthen. Expand. Exhale, deepen. Turning the chin to the right. Feeling the spiral all the way up the spine. Inhaling to expand, exhaling to twist just a bit deeper. Reaching the arms up and over to the other side. Inhale, expand, exhale, deepen. Turning the chin to the left. Shoulders relaxed. Again, finding those tiny adjustments that make a difference. Coming back to center. Let's flip the wrists, fingers pointing down. And then we can really gently press the palms. Ooh, this carpet is so soft. We can press the palms down, stretching the wrists, releasing tension in the wrists and forearms. If you've been typing and texting, checking in with loved ones, staying updated on the news, I'm sure your wrists are feeling this. Maybe giving some topical heat, some fascia release on the forearm. Getting both sides. Clench the fists, roll the wrists. Changing direction of our circles. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Addressing this mental stress that's stored in our upper back and shoulders. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Take your time. Go at your own pace. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Okay, now I think like my favorite way to cool down, to de-stress, or at least to just harness my energy when I'm feeling stress, is to do a 4-count breath, breathing the shoulders up. Then we'll hold the breath, squeezing our shoulders here, and then we'll exhale, releasing the shoulders down. By the way, if you want to be in a chair or on a couch doing this, you could totally do that too. I hope somebody is out there just like fully wrapped up in a snuggie, like holding a glass of wine at 10 a.m. and just like watching us do yoga. That would be really awesome. I hope someone's doing that out there. Okay, so we'll do this breath, all right? Inhaling for 4, hold the breath for 4, and then exhale the shoulders down for 4, okay? Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, a few more, up, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4. Let's roll the shoulders open the chest, open the throat. Drawing big circles with the shoulders, bringing the fingertips to the shoulders, drawing big circles with the elbows. These are called circumductions. If you're in my yoga teacher training, this is our ball and socket joint in action. Because we're missing our anatomy session on the shoulders. It's so sad. And then full circumductions. Leading with the pinky, stretch your fingertips long. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Okay, we're not done with our warm-up. Let's give ourselves a big hug. There's a few options we have here. You can just hug the outside of your shoulders like this. We can also tuck the bottom elbow underneath like this. Or if you want to try for a bind, you can try grabbing onto your opposite hands, opposite fingers. They call this eagle arms. And no matter where we are here, we're opening up the outer shoulders. So we'll inhale to lift the elbows up, lengthen the spine, exhale, pushing the hands away from the forehead, relax the shoulders down, inhaling to lift and open, exhaling to press the hands out. If you want to add a little back bend in there, lifting and arching, pressing out and rounding, that might feel really nice. Stretching the arms wide. And Other side, we can give ourselves a hug. We can hook the arm underneath. We can grab opposite palms. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shoulders down, press the hands away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Gently release, open wide. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Okay. So now let's reach the left fingertips down and out. So reaching away so we can feel this left shoulder engaged. And then our right hand will just come up and over, letting the right elbow fall heavy. We can even flex this left wrist for a little more intensity in our wrist stretch in our forearm. We're not pulling very hard here. I'll invite us just to let the right elbow's natural weight fall heavy. Keep reaching that left arm out. Breathing into the left side of the neck. The reason we're reaching out is to protect our shoulder. We're engaging ourselves. We're engaging our shoulder joint and our neck to protect it so that it doesn't overstretch. It's a powerful metaphor there for how engaging with our strength can keep us safe and prevent injury. Turning towards the right armpit, let's grab the top back of the head. Maybe searching that left shoulder back. Deep breaths here. Gently release to the other side. So reaching the right fingertips away, flexing the right wrist. Left arm falls heavy. We're not pulling very hard, but we are reaching this right wrist away, maybe flexing the right wrist for a little more intensity, feeling length in the right middle finger, breathing deeply. And turning towards the left armpit, grabbing the top back of the head, letting the left elbow fall heavy, maybe flexing this right wrist just a bit more. And gently release. Let's just roll the neck very gently from side to side. This is not dirty wine time. I guess it's always dirty wine time, actually, so if I think about it. Let's turn side to side, looking up and down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, relax. Okay, so I'm gonna say that as we start to get up off of our seat, a lot of these things can be done in your seat too. So if you don't feel like getting up, I would rather you be with us. I would rather you be doing things for your spine. So even if you're sitting down, if you want to do cat cows right here, and if you just want to like stretch legs out, do your own thing. Do what your body needs, and we're here with you to support you virtually. And after we practice together, I'm happy to take some questions about things your bodies are feeling and maybe some stretches that might help. And obviously happy to get some feedback to make tomorrow's practice better. So let's come to all fours. I guess I'll move to the side. Stacking the shoulders under the hips, stacking the knees under the, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Spreading the fingertips wide, and we'll inhale to lift the hips up, open the chest. Exhale, tuck the hips under, rounding the spine, chin to chest. We'll start to engage the hands as well, inhaling to arch, pulling the palms in as if they're gonna slide towards our knees. Exhale, pressing the palms forward as if they're gonna slide forward, rounding the spine. Take a few more at your own pace, really just trying to get the most out of the spinal flexion and extension, trying to wake our spine up. Our spine is like our central nervous system. So I don't know, as we do these cat-cows to warm up the spine, and feel free to move your spine in any direction. Feel free to move it side to side. Just keep breathing. You know, our home base in the spine, where so much information is routed towards the brain. Our spinal cord is so delicate and so central to our whole body's functioning. So it reminds me of how, as global humanity right now, we're having to really like identify the core needs of humans. So it reminds me of the spinal cord. It reminds me of the spine and how much it is to think about our center of power, our center of gravity, our force. Okay. So, can I stand? Great. So I'll invite us to stand up. Again, feel free to sit, feel free to kneel. And I want to do one of my favorite little meditations on adjustments, because we're making so many. And they're tough, but there's a lot of awareness in those adjustments. So, an insight. Finding our feet parallel, pressing all the edges of the feet down, maybe please bend your knees slightly, don't lock your knees. Relaxing the hips, maybe wiggle the hips a bit. Spine nice and tall, shoulders open, palms facing front. Feeling that length coming from the back of the head, not from the chin. Feeling the length from the back of the head. And feel free to close your eyes, or just have a soft gaze. And I'll invite us to rock from side to side, shifting the weight from the right side, from the right foot to the left foot, noticing all of the muscles that are working to make this possible, noticing the edges of our balance, and like a pendulum, let's make this sway smaller and smaller, so that eventually our weight shift from right to left is so tiny, so small that that no one would see it if they were watching. But you can feel it because it's so subtle, these tiny adjustments. And then we'll rock from front to back. Here we're noticing a different part of the anatomy of our foot. We're noticing the heel, the arch, the ball of the feet, and the toes. So as we rock from from front to back, noticing how our body is working to make this happen, finding the edges of our balance. It's okay to fall, to lose your balance. That gives us information when we come out of balance. And like a pendulum, making that sway smaller and smaller, more subtle and more subtle, until eventually your swaying front to back is so subtle that no one would notice if they were watching, but you know, because you can feel it. And then we'll sway in a circle. We'll make a circle as big as we can. Again, find the edges of your balance. Notice the muscles that are working to make this happen. Ooh, my balance feels all over the place today. That makes sense. I'm glad to have that awareness right now. Making that like a spiral, let's make that circle smaller and smaller. Paying attention to how it feels in our body, what adjustments are happening so that we can do this movement, so this movement can be strong and safe. Until eventually we're making such tiny circles that no one would notice if they were watching, but we know because we can feel it. Knees slightly bent, hips relaxed. So we just tested our balance in every direction and really explored our edges, explored our boundaries. And now we found a center, hopefully, that we can feel especially grounded in because we just put some practice into that. So I'll just invite you to connect with the earth through our feet, to really press into the earth with the feet. Cultivating a sense of groundedness such that if someone came to push you, you wouldn't fall, you wouldn't move. You feel so grounded. Your legs are strong, flexed, engaged. You're feeling so sturdy in the floor, like a mountain, like a tree rooted. And just noticing what it feels like to be grounded in our body. If you're sitting down right now, maybe you're feeling just especially grounded in your hips. And we'll take on a few sun salutations. So breathing in and out. I'm going to turn to the side. Inhaling, thumbs up. Exhaling, folding forward, pressing the heels down. We'll take a little forward fold moment here. I like to press into a pillow or something to make this a little bit easier. If you can't quite press into the floor, that's okay. Inhaling to shake the head no. Exhaling to nod the head yes. Let's do that again. Inhale, shake the head no. Exhale, nod the head yes. Inhale, bend to get the knees. Exhaling to straighten the legs. Keep pressing all the edges of the feet down. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, flat back. Pressing on the shins, stretch the spine long. Please don't press on the knees. You can press on the thighs or the shins. Lengthen the spine. Feel the top back of the head reaching forward. Feel the hips reach back. Bend the knees. Plant the hands. And let's get into your plank. Now, sorry if some of you are super advanced yogis, but I'm going to explain things today and probably for a few days. In a plank, there are several ways that we can plank. We can plant the hands under the shoulders and have our legs out. Let me see if I can walk forward. Trying to make this a nice flat spine, especially be careful that you don't lift the hips up too much, that you don't let them sink down. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, pressing the shoulder blades wide. You can also drop the knees. This is a great plank to do. Dropping the knees will make it just a tad bit easier to do the work that we need to do. When we're doing planks, we're not trying to avoid work, we're trying to invite work. We're trying to invite some core strength work. So don't make it easy on yourself to avoid the work. Make the necessary adjustments so that you can do the work with your core. You can also move to your forearms. You can lift the knees or have them dropped. All of these are great for your core. Some of us have been here for a while, so let's keep breathing. And let's lower all the way down to the floor. Pressing the palms on each side of the chest. We can lift the chest up, shoulders down and back. I like to wiggle the hips here. And maybe tucking the toes and going into downward dog. Maybe taking a child's pose like this. If you're in downward dog, I recommend that we all bend the knees first. Notice the difference of bending the knees and lengthening the spine. Notice how much longer my spine just got when I bent my knees. Shoulders in their sockets. Trying to make sure the feet are even, making sure both sides are pressed down. We can start to mobilize the hips, open up the backs of the legs. If we're feeling like our spine is super flat, we can press the heels down. We can lift the hips up and back even more. Feel free to take a break in child's pose. Feel free to bend the knees and just focus on lengthening the spine. Flaring the outer hips open. And looking forward, we can walk, tippy toe, hop, step, boogie, back into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. And inhaling up to standing. Exhaling, hands back to center. Checking in with our grounded mountain. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. Let me check the time. It's weird because I don't have a clock. Okay, great. Let's move to the floor. So I'm explaining in a lot of detail today because I can't see your bodies, and I'm used to being able to see bodies that I'm working with. And I'm not used to talking to myself like this. And also there might be folks who are totally new to yoga, and I want you to keep coming to our virtual classes. So I will answer your questions after we flow, but I'm taking it easy. We just did one sun salutation A. I don't even want to say taking it easy because that might not have been easy for everybody. Even just like deciding to do yoga at 10 a.m. on a Sunday when we're in a global crisis is not easy. So let's just say none of this has been easy. But we did one sun salutation, and tomorrow maybe we'll do 2 or 3, and we'll start to do more things that when we're standing up. But for now, I want to focus on restoration and introducing us to this new experimental virtual yoga space together. Because I really do believe that we can cultivate community and continue to shift the energetic center towards queer feminist PoC liberation. And I think that this is a part of that work. I know it's a part of that work. So sitting here, let's stretch our left leg long. I'm gonna angle to the side, but if you're looking at me straight, actually I'm just gonna sit straight on. So we want this left ankle to be right in front of the left hip, pressing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Again, making any adjustments that make us feel more comfortable. If this knee is feeling like this, grab a pillow, stuff it underneath to give your nervous system a break. Give your body a message that you're safe and supported. Use pillows, stuff pillows in different spots to feel supported, and it'll actually help you get more flexible because your nervous system is going to feel more comfortable going deeper into a particular posture. So let's walk the hands down this left leg, finding a spot where both hands can reach. If only one hand can reach here and the other cannot, come to the ankle, come to the calf. We want both sides to be working here and opening here. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to feel heavy. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhale, round and feel heavy. Some other things we can do here, keep breathing. We can press the left knee down. So using the strength of our legs to press the left knee into the floor, pressing the left hamstring into the floor, making our legs feel strong, like we're just pressing our whole leg into the floor. Engaging our strength there while we breathe deeply can help us release tension in a safe way. Again, this coming back to this theme of using our strength to promote safety and to promote deepening. A few more deep breaths. Walking the hands in, rolling up. Let's bring the left hand across the body to the right knee for another twist. Right arm comes up and over. And reaching these right fingertips, tilting the chest up towards the ceiling. It's okay if we don't grab our foot. If we just want to reach, that's okay. Inhaling to lengthen, just like when we did our side stretches earlier. Press your obliques out, press your side body out. Searching that right shoulder into the back space. Press the right hip down, reaching up and back. Let's switch sides. Stretching the right leg long, pressing the left foot to the inside of the right thigh, and walking the hands down the right leg. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to release, feel heavy. When we lengthen the spine on the inhale, we can reach the chest forward. Exhaling to release, heavy. Pressing that right knee into the floor, pressing the whole back of the right leg into the floor, engaging the strength in our leg and in our hip to press down and go deeper. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to release, heavy. Rolling up. Let's bring the right hand across the body to the outside of the left knee. Left arm reaches up and over. We can gently pull this right shoulder through. Left arm's reaching towards the right foot. We can grab if we want, or we can just reach. The important thing is that we're pressing our obliques out, and we're pressing the left hip down. Tilting so the left shoulder is searching into our back space. This is so great for lower back pain because all of the muscles that cross from our spine down to our hips, this is such a great way to stretch out those muscles and release some lower back tension if you're feeling lower back pain. Some of us might want to come back to this later today. Gently releasing up. Let's stretch both legs long, alternate flex and point. If you start to get parched and you want to take a drink of water, you can stand up, go to the kitchen and get one. It's kind of the perk of virtual yoga. There's really no one to judge you in the space. I hope somebody's naked right now. That would be great. You could do naked yoga consensually because no one can see you. That's awesome. Let's draw the feet in, pressing the feet to the inside of each other. Let's open the feet like a book. Keep pressing. Let's give the feet some love. Especially pressing into those arches. I have been giving myself foot rubs. Actually, all week I have. And I cannot tell you how awesome it is to give yourself a foot rub, to give yourself a foot massage, to know exactly what feels good and to be able to meet your own needs and to take care of these tiny little shapes that somehow keep us standing and balanced and somehow keep us connected to the earth. Pressing our Achilles heel, which is the ligaments from our heel up our calf. And then we can grab onto the ankles or grab onto the tops of the feet. Lengthening the spine, maybe roll the chest, roll the shoulders open, wiggle the hips. Again, if your knees are feeling like this and that's stressful, grab some pillows, stuff them here, stuff them underneath. Inhaling to lengthen. Again, not lifting the chin, but feeling the top back of the head lift. Exhaling to feel heavy in the shoulders, finding the adjustments to feel like our shoulders are stacked on top of our hips. Inhaling, lengthen, expand. Exhale, reach the chest forward. Even if you don't feel like you're folding, just the action of reaching, this is for our hips. It's for our hip flexors. So I've seen people in yoga, I'm not making fun of you, but I've seen us go like this and then we breathe. And we put our arms down. which really doesn't do anything for our body. It's just a movement of our shoulders. So more so than putting your arms down, it's important to really feel the tilt in your pelvis. Feel your pelvis tilting forward. If your pelvis is a bowl, it's spilling water in front of you. So as we tilt the pelvis forward, reaching the chest forward, as if the chest is going to be the first thing to touch the floor. And some of us are probably like right here, like, oh, I'm not going to touch the floor. That's okay. Reach the chest forward, put some pillows underneath, and just let your pelvis tilt and press your hips open. There's no wrong way to be right now. Our bodies are all totally different, and our bodies are all built differently, designed differently, and we're all on different journeys with our body too, which is beautiful. Continue breathing deeply. Let's really try to slow the breath down, inhaling to feel big, expansive, inflating inhales, exhaling deeply, heavily. And if you are working into a fold, you can also grab a pillow and rest on it. Again, support is so great for our body. Having a prop like a pillow, bringing the earth closer to your body, it sends your nervous system a message that you're safe, and that allows you to be more flexible. It allows you to go deeper. There's a lot of metaphor there, which we'll talk about another day, about why support matters. Breathing deeply, I want us just to feel heavy. So stuffing pillows and blankets and towels and children into parts so that we can just release. Feel free to wiggle, feel free to make adjustments. And pressing the hands in, rolling back up. However you want to get there, we're going to lay down on our back. Checking the time again. Great. So, okay, this is good. So we're going to roll down, however you want to get there. And this is so funny. And let's just rock the knees from side to side. Oh, I'm going to adjust Facebook camera. Okay. Rocking the knees from side to side like windshield wipers. It's like giving yourself a little massage in your outer hips, in your glutes. I'm turning my head to the side, but I would recommend looking up. Let's hug the right knee into the chest. We can leave this left foot where it is. We can stretch the left leg long, circling the right ankle, clasping the hands behind the right hamstring, stretch the right leg long, flex and point, bend the right knee, extend, flex, point, bend the right knee, extend, flex, point, bend the right knee, extend, flex, point, bend the right knee, hug the right knee, and let's open the hip, gently pressing this right hip open. I like to massage my left hip with my left fingers. So we're gently pressing open on the right side. We're opening up both hips. Breathing deeply. And then drawing this right knee to center, grabbing on with the other hand, with the left hand, pull the right knee across for a twist. Keep the right shoulder down, keep the right head down, right hand down. Turning the head to the right, we're twisting. This looks so weird on camera, I love it. Inhaling to expand around the midsection, exhale deep into twists. This detox twist is just like we're bringing out a wet washcloth. We're moving through our digestion. We're twisting to the right side first so that our digestion can move into our ascending colon. And when we move to the twist on the other side, we'll push our digestion through our descending colon. Coming back to center, let's switch sides. Hugging the left knee in, we can leave the right foot where it's at. We can stretch the right leg long, circling the left ankle, foot, toes. Clasping the hands behind the left hamstring, flex a point. Bending the left knee, extend, flex, point. Bend the left knee, extend, flex, point. Bend the left knee, extend, flex, point. Bend the left knee, pressing the left knee open, opening the hips. I like to massage my right hip flexor with my right fingers. Deep breath. Drawing the left knee to center, grabbing on with the right hand, pulling the left knee across the body, keeping the left shoulder down, keeping the left hand down, turning the chin to the left. Moving our digestion through our descending colon, we're detoxing in this twist. While we breathe deeply in this twist, and we'll totally come back to this another day, but I can't resist saying that Parvrita, which is a twist in Sanskrit, it actually translates to revolve or a revolution. And so I love twists so much for this reason, because I think they have a lot to teach us about the revolution. I think our bodies have so much to teach us about the revolution. I think they have so much insight for us about how to make effective change, how to detox corruption, oppression in our bodies, how to detox that in our collective human body, our collective consciousness. Lots to say about that, but today's just day one. Coming back to center, let's plant both feet. Let's tap both feet into the floor. Hugging the knees into the chest. Let's open the knees wide. Now we can stay right here, hugging the knees, opening the knees wide, and just squeezing them in. We can also stack ankles over knees in a happy baby. We can grab onto the outer edges of our feet. Now notice how my lower back kind of lifts off the floor. I want to press my lower back down. My shoulders are pressing down into the floor. My head's resting on the floor. Working towards ankles stacked on top of knees. And let's just take big breaths. You can roll around, you can rock around if you want. Just try to press that lower back down to really open up the hips. Connecting again with our slow, deep breath. Happy baby. Shout out to my really good friend, Michaela McCaughey, who just had a baby, Henry. Totally crazy. I think she's coming home today from the hospital. So let's dedicate this happy baby to her and her family. Many know her as Profe, the Spanish teacher and goddess at our school at Tampa. Now gently release, hug the knees in, rock from side to side. Honestly, do whatever else your body needs, and let's meet in Shavasana. A few things that can make us comfortable in Shavasana. Grabbing a pillow or rolling up a blanket to put under our knees like this can feel so good, especially for our lower back. If you're experiencing some lower back pain here, tucking some stuff underneath your knees. You can even tuck a rolled up blanket underneath your lower back. Wherever you're feeling strain, we don't want to feel any strain here. So if we can make the adjustments, grab some pillows, grab some sofa cushions. I've been really liking the practice of, if you're looking for openness, place your palms up. If you're looking to feel grounded, rest your palms down. Now, even though we cannot see each other, some of us might be just doing something else for our body right now, preparing for Shavasana. Some of us might already be here with me. In Sanskrit, which is the language of yoga, what we're doing now is asana. It's a physical part of yoga. And Shavasana translates to corpse pose. So if you saw Ofrenda by the Tapa Dance Company, you remember that Shavasana is a practice of death. It is a reminder that we are alive, that we are all dying, but we're not done yet. It's a moment to connect with that lifelessness. And it is a moment where we are preparing to stand back up, and all the lessons we learned together, all the thoughts we had, the judgments that came up, the fears, the distractions, the insight. Maybe you had a thought that really is resonating with you. Maybe I said something, or maybe you observed something that's really resonating with you. This is our space to think about how can we bring that into our daily lives. Now, our daily lives are looking so different right now. So looking at what's in front of us in the next few days, what adjustments can we make to bring ourselves comfort? What adjustments are we making that are difficult to keep us safe and to keep our global community safe? How can we engage with our strengths today to be safe and healthy, to deepen our practice? What can we do to feel grounded today in this moment? Some people like to try to tune everything out in Shavasana, and some people like to just let their mind wander. I think both are okay as long as we're doing so with intention. I'll invite us to just feel heavy here at the floor. I'm sure many of us have been working for our own households, for others. And in this moment, your invitation is to do no work at all. Let yourself be supported by the earth. Let yourself let go. Your body needs this moment of rest. When you rest, even for like 7 minutes minimum. Just laying down for 7 minutes and doing nothing kicks in our parasympathetic nervous system. It helps us digest. It helps our blood flow so that we can think clearly. Thinking clearly has been really difficult for me because there's so much to process. So resting has really helped to process. Letting your ankles feel heavy, letting the hips feel heavy, letting the spine feel heavy. Let the shoulders feel heavy, relaxing the jaw, relax the cheekbones, relax the eyelids, the eyebrows, even relax the forehead. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you want for the rest of the day. Let's take 3 sighs of relief together. We're not going to be able to hear them, but let's really let them out. Okay? Breathing in. Breathing in slowly. Again, breathing in. I'll invite you to roll over to your right side, curling up in a ball. This is the fetal position. My story ended. I don't know why that is. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Rolling over to our right side, curling up in a ball. Find a moment of comfort here. Take as much time as you want here. The fetal position is another great way to soothe anxiety. To give our nervous system a message that we're safe and supported, that we can take ourselves out of our trauma response, that we can take our body out of our trauma trigger response, our stress response. Coming back, I encourage you to come back to the fetal position later today. Maybe just set a timer for 10 minutes and lay here to improve your blood flow. Our bodies are going to be adjusting so much in this new way of being, in this necessary social distance from each other. So give your central nervous system some love today and come back to this fetal position. When you're ready, let's press up to a comfortable seat. Or stay where you're at. Taking the adjustments we need to feel comfortable. You can rest the hands on the knees. We can bring the hands to heart center. I like to rest my hands over my heartbeat. And I'll invite us to take 4 closing breaths. when I take these 4 closing breaths, I'm really thinking about my students at my Tapa dance company. We take these breaths every day together, and I'm really missing them today. I'm really worried about them today. I'm loving them today. Feeling our heartbeat, remembering that we're alive. A breath for the ancestors that we bring to this space, to this practice, and for the indigenous people who were on this land before colonization. Breathing in and out. A breath to thank yourself for your practice today. Breathing in and out. A breath to appreciate others for their support. Breathing in and out. And a breath for the intentions and well-being of everybody practicing with us today and everybody in the whole world. Breathing in and out. The loving human in me bows down to the loving human in you. Namaste. Well, I hope you feel nice. Thanks for practicing with us today. This is so weird. I've never done this before. And hey, Court. I would love to get some feedback. Would you prefer a different time? Could you not hear my voice? Do you not like my outfit? Is there something we can do tomorrow? I think I want to try just the same time tomorrow for now, unless I get an overwhelming response that you'd prefer a different time. So let's try 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Please tell me your thoughts. It's so weird to like not be able to see you and energetically be with you. So send me a message, send me a text, an email, a DM. And we'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it was too hard, if I move too fast, if I move too slow, if you think we should have different levels of yoga, I don't know. This is so new. So send me a message, please. Specifically some feedback. And I think what I have to say is, and what I'm really, really thinking about is just check in with loved ones and make sure that we're doing the really difficult work to stay away from each other. Like, it really freaks me out to like hear of people going to brunch and stuff like that. I really want my people to be safe and cared for. So please practice social distancing and make videos and spread the word. Also, I've been collecting donations. We raised $2,500 yesterday, which is really beautiful, for families in need, specifically queer trans PoC families in need here in Providence. So if you're able to make a donation, any donations that you send to me will go straight into care packages and relief for folks who have already lost jobs or are losing hours this week and need to make sure that they keep their families afloat. So any donations would be great. We're looking for donations from $5.50 to $200. Honestly, from $1 to $200, everything helps. I'll put my Venmo in the comments. It's also if you go to my Facebook page, it's my Venmo and Cashapp are there. And if you are in need, if you or your family are in need, if you haven't been able to get groceries, we have some stocked up and we have some care packages that we can drive out to you today, or we can have some delivered using a service like GoPuff. And if you've lost hours or you're worried about paying your bills this week, or you're worried about being able to make ends meet, just send me a message and let me know how much, and I'll Venmo or Cash App you, because we have some funds that we've collected from generous folks out there, which I really appreciate. So donate if you can, and if you need support, please let me know. And I love y'all. If you have questions, if your body's feeling weird, just shoot me a message and I'll do my best to respond. I'm going to try to stay off my screen today, and go lay down outside with the trees. But cool. So send me feedback, send donations. Let me know if you need support, if you need me to Venmo or Cash App you some funding, and keep breathing. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye. Bye.